Early in the morning, at the docks, Cranky was lowering a truck onto the tracks. 4 more had already been lowered there. Cranky's hook was uncoupled from the car, and he rose it into the air once more. There were 5 cars in total. 2 yellow ones, 2 red ones, and 1 green one. The red and yellow cars treated the green one as their leader in mischief. Soon enough, James arrived to collect them. "I want no nonsense from you," he said, and bumped them all hard. "Ow!" they said. "What kind of an engine are you?" James didn't care what the trucks thought. He was too busy smelling the sweet smells of market day. Cars full of food and drinks were lined up by the quay. Donald, Douglas, and Thomas were working hard to get everything set before the visitors came to buy food. "Careful where you Santos," said Douglas. "Don't want to run this chocolate into the bay." "Sorry, Douglas," said James. "I'll be on my way now." He gave the cars another quick jerk and then set off to the yard. "Ow! Ooh! Ow! Ah!" they said as James bumped them along. "What kind of a railway is this?" "We need to pay him out sooner or later," said one of the red cars. Yeah, pay him out," said one of the yellow ones. "Quiet, you fools. Before we pay him out, we need a plan. And I've got one." James went up the hill and approached the yard. Soon he arrived and pulled the 5 freight cars onto the center line. Then he collected his own train and was off. "I've got my plan," said the green truck, "and now here it is." He explained it to the other cars. "It's genius," said one of the yellow cars, "but we're going to need some help." It was at that moment that Diesel came shunting into the yard with Hector and a brake van. He shunted them onto a siding. Well, he said. "And what do we have here? 5 new trucks all lined up in a row. What can I do for you, my friends?" "Well," said the green truck, and he explained the plan to Diesel. Hector heard the plan and knew he had to try and warn the next engine that came to the yard to take the 5 trucks out, or else they would be squashed between the trucks. That was the trucks' plan. "All right, I'll help you," said Diesel. So he took the front 3 trucks, 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green, and shunted them onto a siding. Then he shunted Hector onto a different line, then collected the remaining 2 new trucks and coupled them to the brake van he had brought. Then he shunted Hector back and moved the 2 cars in the brake van onto the center line. Then Diesel was coupled onto the 3 other trucks and rolled away. It was then that Duck arrived, ready to collect a train. He pretended to examine the trucks, Well, Hector had told him what was happening, or started to. Because then Diesel came with the rest of the trucks. But a couple long, so it looks like you don't know what he's going to do, said Hector. All right, said Duck. He coupled onto the trucks, and Diesel shunted the 3 cars he had in front of Duck. Oh no, said Duck. Diesel, why did you do that? Heh, heh, heh. Have fun, Piggy in the middle, he said. Ari and Bert were on a siding nearby and laughed loudly. Diesel purred away, and Duck backed out of the yard. Duck and the freight cars rolled along the line, past the station and cargo transfer depot, and up the hill. Soon the cars were going up the bridge. Duck pushed them towards the other hill. When I say now, do it, said the green truck. We will, said the trucks. Ready, now, said the green truck. And the front 3 cars held back as the back 2 cars and the brake van pushed forward. But Duck was ready. He knew that the green car was the leader of this plan. So he surged forward too. The pressure of the 2 cars in the front and Duck and the other cars in back was too much for the green car. Oh no, not going well, he said. He smashed off the rails, and the front 2 cars banged into Donald, who was at the bottom of the hill. He switched on to another line and rammed into Thomas's freight car full of ice cream. Oh no. I'm sorry, Thomas, said Donald. Are you all right? Cried Duck from the top of the hill. I'm okay, said Donald. You, Thomas? Yes, I'm fine, said Thomas. But, what happened? Duck switched lines and brought the cars down into the scene of the accident. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o, said the cars. Sir Topham Hatt surveyed the wreckage. Well, the ice cream won't be eaten, I guess, he said, as the barrel started to float away out to sea. Donald, are you severely damaged? I don't think so, said Donald. Just out. In pain. Well, in that case, we'll have you go to the Sodor Steamworks to check you out before you go back to work, said Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas, you look okay. Will you and Douglas be able to handle the work alone? Oh, yes, sir, said the 2 engines. We will. Good, said Sir Topham Hatt, and then he turned to the Great Western engine. Tell me what happened, Duck, said Sir Topham Hatt, and Duck did. I see, said Sir Topham Hatt. Now, why don't you go home and get a nice long rest? The trucks will be repaired, but maybe not the green one, for all the trouble he caused today.